Today, in this lecture, we will discuss about the atoms and molecules, Dalton's atomic theory, average atomic mass. First, we will take into consideration atom. What is an atom? Atom is the smallest particle of an element which may or may not exist independently. For example, see helium atom, it exists independently. Hydrogen atom, it exists in the nature in the combined form. So atom is the smallest particle of element which may or may not exist independently. Next, molecule. Molecule is also the part of element which always exists independently. This is the main difference. It is also the part of element which always exists freely in nature. Fine. For example, again, hydrogen molecule, chlorine molecule, it always exists freely in nature. It is your molecule. Now there are molecule of elements and molecule of compounds. See, molecules type, it is molecule of elements and molecule of compounds. It is also known as homonuclear species or homonuclear elements. It is also known as heteronuclear species or element. What does it mean? In this, the same element combines to form molecule. For example, H combines to form H2. Why homonuclear? Because it is of same species. Compound in which the elements combines together in fixed ratio by mass, and here the elements are different. That's why it is heteronuclear. For example, your water molecule. Water. Here H2O, H2O, H2O. Different compounds are here. Different elements are here. That's why it is molecule of compound and it is molecule of element. Fine. Next.
Excuse me, ma'am.
We will. Yes. Is there any doubt?
Excuse me, ma'am. It's me here.
Yes, Namrata ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Better keep your videos on.
Fine. Next, we will take Dalton's atomic theory. Dalton's gave this theory in 1803 to 1807 around. What his postulates are: first, each element in the universe is composed of very small particles known as atoms. Each element in the universe is made up of very small particle known as atom. And according to Dalton, atom is the indestructible particle, which means atom cannot be created and nor be destroyed. I'm talking about 18th century. Present scenario is different. According to Dalton's, atom cannot be created or atom cannot be destroyed, or atom is the indestructible particle of element. Next, atoms of different elements possess different properties. Suppose I am taking atoms of different elements, atoms of different elements possess different properties. What does it mean? Their mass, their melting point, boiling point will be different. For example, I am taking hydrogen atom, I am taking oxygen atom. Their properties are different because they are different atoms. And atoms of same element have same properties. All the properties of the same element is same. For example, I am taking all the hydrogen atom. Their all the properties will be same. But atoms of different elements have different properties. Next, in a given compound, the relative number and kind of atoms are constant. For example, I am taking water. In this, number of hydrogen and oxygen are fixed. It is constant. These all are the postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. One more postulate. What he states that atoms always combine in simple whole number ratio. The ratio of all the elements in a particular compound is simple. Fine. Now, it is a simple theoretical concept. Limitations of Dalton's atomic theory. See, my dear students, in the previous lecture, we have discussed about the law of chemical combination. Dalton's atomic theory is able to explain all the laws except limitations of Dalton's theory. It is able to explain all the laws but unable to explain Gay-Lussac law, unable to explain Gay-Lussac law and Avogadro's hypothesis. It is unable to explain Gay-Lussac law and Avogadro's hypothesis. It could not explain why do atoms combine to form a molecule. It is unable to explain why do atoms combine to form molecule. It is unable to explain. Next, it could not explain that why should atoms of an element differ in their masses. For example, I am taking isotopes. What are isotopes? Atoms of same element having same atomic number but different mass number. Suppose I am taking chlorine 35 and chlorine 37. It is of both of chlorine atom, but why their masses are different if it is of same atom? Because in Dalton postulates, we have seen that Dalton states that atoms of same element have same properties. So according to that postulate, this mass should be same, but it is not the case. So these are the limitations of Dalton's atomic theory. Next, we will take into consideration your next important topic, atomic mass. Next topic is atomic mass. My dear students, as you all know, atom is the very small particle. So it is very difficult for scientists to determine its actual mass. So we take generally relative atomic mass, which means in relation to any other element. We always calculate the relative atomic mass because it is not possible for scientists to actually calculate the exact mass of atom because it is a very small particle. As Dalton proposed that atoms are extremely small, so it is not easy to calculate their mass. So in around 1900, around 19th century, first reference taken was hydrogen. First, scientists take hydrogen as reference elements And with the help of this reference, we calculate the atomic mass of other elements. Its atomic mass is arbitrarily chosen as 1 without any unit. It is arbitrarily chosen as 1 without any unit, and atomic mass is calculated in the terms of AMU. AM is the unit of atomic mass. It is atomic mass unit. Suppose if I want to calculate atomic mass of any element, so its formula is relative atomic mass of that particular element. Relative atomic mass is equal to atomic mass of element divided by mass of hydrogen atom. Atomic mass of element divides by atomic mass of hydrogen atom. First, hydrogen taken as reference, it is 1 without any unit. So earlier we calculate the relative atomic mass by using this formula. But when we use hydrogen as a reference atom, so many elements did not get the whole number atomic mass. Their mass comes in fractions. So it was rejected. After that, scientists choose oxygen as reference. Oxygen as reference. So according to this, relative atomic mass of particular element, relative atomic mass of particular element is equal to atomic mass of that element over 1/16 of atomic mass of oxygen atom. Fine. But after some time, this was also rejected. Now, according to from 1961 to present situation, carbon 12 means whose mass number is 12 is chosen as reference for calculation of atomic mass of element. Few years back, this question came in JEE exam. Why carbon 12 is chosen as reference? I am explaining this thing you by taking a general example of your classroom. Suppose I want to make monitor of class 11. So what are the characteristics in that particular child? First characteristic according to me is that student should be whose attendance is more, who regularly comes to school. First parameter for me for being a monitor is attendance. So in case of atom, it should be abundance, which means if the abundance of that particular element is more in nature, that can be chosen as reference. This question comes in JEE Mains of 4 marks, few years back, last year back. So that element should be abundant in nature. Carbon occur in nature in nearly 3 different isotopic form: carbon 12, carbon 13, carbon 14, and in the time of 1961, scientists only found this form. These 2 forms found later on, and even their existence is very low. Around 98.8% carbon 12 is found in nature. Around 1.23% found this form C13, and rest there is a very few traces of carbon 14. So first parameter is clear. Carbon 12 is so much abundant in nature. Second, the monitor should not be so much talkative in the class. It means not so much talkative, or in short, in terms of chemistry, I want it should not be more reactive. If it is more reactive, then it reacts with everyone. Third parameter, it should not be less talkative. Not more talkative, not less talkative, or in short, it should not be less reactive. These are the parameters why we chosen carbon 12 as reference, why it is the captain. Because that should be more abundant in nature, that should not be more reactive, and should not be least reactive. Fourth, suppose I am the monitor of the class and I am having so many siblings in the same class, then I can be partial. Or in terms of chemistry, I will say it should not have more of the siblings or isotopes in nature. And when carbon 12 was chosen as reference, there was no existence of these two elements. And even in still today present scenario, their existence is very, very less. So we chose carbon 12 as reference for calculation of your relative atomic mass. Is there any doubt till now? Then please raise your hand and ask me. Is there any doubt? Then please raise your hand or ask me. Now, what is the relative atomic mass or atomic mass? So, atomic mass of an element is the number of, it is the, or I should say, atomic mass of an element is the number of times as atom of is the number of times sorry, is the number of times an atom of that element is heavier than that of mass of 1/12 of carbon 12 isotope. For example, I am saying the atomic mass of oxygen is 16 AMU, or sometimes it is written as 16 U. It is U is unified unit. Earlier we used atomic mass unit, now it is replaced by unified unit. It means it is 16 times heavier than the mass of 1/12 of mass of carbon 12 isotope. Fine? It is as the reference. Next is your gram atomic mass. Next is your gram atomic mass. Whenever the atomic mass expressed in grams, whenever atomic mass expressed in grams is your atomic mass. For example, it is for carbon, it is 12 gram per mole. It is your gram atomic mass. Next is yours average atomic mass. Next is average atomic mass. My dear students, for some of the atoms, their isotopes also exist in nature. Average atomic mass. For some of the elements, their isotopes also exist in nature. Isotopes are atoms of different elements having same atomic number but different mass number. For example, chlorine has two isotopes, chlorine 35 and chlorine 37. For this, their atomic masses are different. So, while solving the questions, what is the value of atomic mass for these isotopes? How you will calculate, or what mass we can taken? There is one formula for this. Average atomic mass of any element is equal to sum of the relative abundance of that isotope, relative abundance of that particular isotope into isotope mass over 100. Suppose I'm taking one example. Chlorine atomic mass is 4, chlorine 35 it is 34.69, and for chlorine 37 it is 36.9. It is their atomic mass. Now how we will calculate its average atomic mass? The relative abundance for this isotope is nearly 75.3 and it will be 24.7 nearly. So how you will calculate? We will put this 75.5 around. For 35 it is relative abundance is 75.5 and its atomic mass is 34.69 plus, what is the relative abundance of this chlorine 37? That is 36.9 into its abundance is 24.5 divide by 100. Solve it fast. 75.5 into 34.69 plus 36.9 into 24.5 divided by 100. And please answer me fast. Type, message me fast. I will see who will send me the message first. It nearly comes out to be 35.4 mu. Or we generally take 35.5 in solving the numericals. I will see who has sent me the message. Oh, 2 students had sent me the message. Who are those? Fine. Okay. Molecular mass. Same. The molecular mass is the mass of the element. How many times it is heavier than the mass of 1/12 of carbon-12 isotope. Same formula. Fine. Next, formula unit mass. For formula unit mass, it is for ions, for ionic compound. Formula unit mass, same way, we will take into consideration like in case of ionic compound, cation and ion mass, how much it is heavier than the carbon-12 isotope. Okay.